Packers and Saints still in the running for home field throughout, but need a loss from San Fran to open that door. Seattle can finish as high as a 1 or as low as a 5. That's a massive difference. Omar Ruiz is in Renton, Washington, ahead of the NFC West showdown between the Niners and Seahawks.
Good morning. While Marshawn Lynch is getting most of the headlines for his return this week, the Seahawks defense is talking about another superstar who returns to this game after missing out the last time these two teams met, Week 10. George Kittle will be the focus for the Seahawks defense, as Michael Kendricks told me. Perhaps the silver lining of having Kittle back in the lineup for the 49ers is that their offense might become a little more predictable, given how often and how many different ways they like to give Kittle the football. But then there's the matter of bringing Kittle down. I asked Shaquem Griffin about Kittle's aggressive attitude when he has the football for those yards after catch, looking to initiate contact. And Griffin told me that makes their mouths water as defenders, given that an offensive player refusing to go down makes him more susceptible to having the ball stripped from him. The Seahawks have caused 32 turnovers this season, third in the NFL this year. They'll be looking for a lot more in that regard in that matchup tomorrow night.
Thank you, Omar. So Marshawn Lynch is back, and even though he's been gone since 2007, he's still second in the league in rushing touchdowns, which is pretty amazing when you consider he's missed 2 complete seasons.
But those backs are defying time. I mean, they're still playing, guys. Yeah. They're still playing.
Adrian wants to play till 40, he said.
He probably can.
Frank Gore was in my high school recruiting class.
Mine too.
Yeah,
we were in the same recruiting class. Yes.
Frank's doing it, man.
Look at this. For those of you that don't remember, not only did Mike Robb block for Beast Mode on the field, but he blocked for him at the podium, too. Yeah. Super Bowl 48 here.
That's Mike Robb that would knock your head off.
Yeah, had a fat head.
Size 13 shoes.
Flesh eater.
Yeah.
Flesh eater, yep. Sure did eat.
Now vegan, and look at you now.
Size 11.
Slim and trim.
All of that.
Let's shrink it, he said.
Okay, so, Mike Robb, how will Beast Mode impact things here for Seattle?
Well, I was talking to a future Hall of Fame running back this week. Not Beast Mode, but I was talking to somebody else about Beast Mode. And he's like, Mike, Beast Mode's mentality is going to make him successful, especially in today's NFL. Like, yeah, they're going to know that when the guard pulls, he's going to be right here. Beast Mode's going to run the ball right here. But then you have to actually physically have an encounter with him.
Yeah.
And that's where he has the advantage. Mentally, he's at a different level. He's always been. Simply because of the things he's been through, simply because of his life,
yes.
Right? And so that's what Marshawn brings. He brings street credibility. Guys are going to wait. It's guys on that San Francisco 49er team, and I know a lot of those guys. I know Richard Sherman is talking to him, and he's telling them, hey, bro, when you hit him, he ain't normal. You got to rap. You got to dig. You got to drive your legs. He's going to bring that to this team. And that's what they've been missing, really, ever since he left out of the locker room. Something that another team has to say, oh, whoa. Forget the X's and O's. I might have to make a business decision.
Bro,
tackling
exactly. We saw clips of Marshawn running the football, and I love Marcus Peters. Love him. He didn't want to tackle Marshawn Lynch.
And they cousins.
And not a lot of exactly. Not a lot of people want to tackle Marshawn Lynch. You talked about the impact he's going to have from a mentality standpoint. You're right. He runs the ball differently because of his experiences in life. Mm-hmm. Just tell him that, look, this football thing is easy. I'm used to real life. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I think Marshawn Lynch will make a huge impact on this game. But, I flip sides to the 49ers defense, and I think about some of these guys, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, who stepped in for Quan Alexander. These are guys who have been playing great football. When you got a dude across from you who you know is going to bring it, you get to see what I'm made of. And so watching Fred Warner play and watching this 49ers defense, I think it's going to bring the best out of them too. And so I can't wait to watch the matchup, the chess match between, both teams to see what they do. Because you're right. Beast Mode will take your heart from you. And I think this 49ers defense is, I think they're ready for the challenge. And so I'm excited about it.
Well, yeah, we're talking a lot about Marshawn, and I get it because he's the big name. Everybody wants to see what he's got and all this stuff. The guy that might have the biggest impact out of the backfield for Seattle might wind up being Travis Homer.
He will.
Yeah, he will.
I'm telling you.
The 6th-round pick out of Miami. And here's the part that I don't understand, and it kind of gets me worked up at times when I think about it. The Seahawks drafted him because they knew you don't get special teams guys at the running back position. But with this guy, he was playing special teams up to his senior year and contributing there where other guys are used to being the number one, the star, and whatever. And so when they made that pick in the 6th round, they knew he's got a path to the roster because we have a lot of depth at the running back spot. He's not going to be there as a running back, but we can get him there as a special teamer. He's been a contributor there. And now when they need a guy,
he's on the roster.
They've got a guy. And I don't understand because Seattle has remained consistent in being a competitive team because of decisions like this.
I love it.
And teams are rating the Patriots, we've got to get the pay. Why is nobody trying to copy the Seahawks model and steal one of those? Trent Kirchner and Scott Fitterer, two guys under John Schneider.
I know them personally.
Have interviewed and haven't gotten jobs. Why are they not trying to steal that and say, what you guys are doing out there to remain competitive year after year, we want that in our building?
And you know what, Jeezy, how the coaching side complements that. Pete Carroll, he celebrates special teams. I mean, he'll have the special team starters be announced as starters of the game.
Yeah.
He celebrates that, and I was a special teams guy. I was a special teams guy for Seattle, and what it does is it gives you a sense of purpose. Like, okay, well, I may not be starting on offense, but I'm still celebrated here.
Well, you know what? It makes it important. Part of the reason we won at Virginia Tech with Coach Beamer wasn't because we had the best players. We had a bunch of 2 stars, 3 stars. Heck, I was a 3-star athlete coming out of high school. But we knew that you could win the game on special teams. We had All-American candidates, Kevin Jones, our running back, running as a gunner on special teams. If you can win that facet of the game, and when you make it important that guys want to be a part of that unit, it makes them feel as though I'm a part of the offense, I'm a part of the defense, because everybody wants to be a star. And so when you can celebrate a guy on special teams and you know what he's about here, that's how you win games, for sure.
Love all that.
Open up a whole nother layer to the conversation.
Just want to throw out there, too, by the way, the entire Seattle Seahawks offensive line is basically on the injury report, too. So just keep that in mind because there's going to be a lot of people shuffling around, and we saw what Chandler Jones was able to do to Russell Wilson last week, 4 sacks. It was a long day there for Jamar.
Is that Ray?
And in my old days.
Hey.
Was that Ray Lewis?
That was Ray Lewis. That was Ray Lewis. You know what? Tom Cable hyped me up all week. Hey, bro, you got him all week. And then the sideline exploded. I remember getting up and looking to the sideline, getting in Ray's face. And Ray was like, oh, man, I'm going to get you back to Did he? I'm going to get you. No. Oh. Not that game.
Really?
No, not that game.
Later on.
You brought that into reality there, right?
Creating my own reality. There it is.
So we know 5 of the 6 NFC playoff teams. The only one we don't know, obviously, is the winner of the NFC East. So that's either going to be the Eagles or the Cowboys. Philadelphia wins the division if they beat the Giants tomorrow, but an Eagles loss plus a Cowboys win over the Redskins, and Dallas is in. Kim Jones is covering Eagles and Giants, and she's in East Rutherford with more.
They say timing is everything. Well, before the Week 14 matchup between the Eagles and Giants, Philadelphia coach Doug Peterson put his players through a padded practice. They haven't lost since. Maybe there was some magic in his message.
I think so. I think, too, not only that, but I think just the circumstances that we've been faced with here in the last month of our season and what we're playing for and what we're fighting for. And so I think there's been a sense of urgency. It's picked up. Maybe it has stemmed from that week, but I think what the guys are seeing and understanding is how they're playing together as a football team right now and coming together that way and playing our best football of the season, obviously at this time.
Perhaps it turns out that the Eagles got hot at just the right time. They will clinch the NFC East Sunday with a win over the Giants at MetLife Stadium.
Great job, Kim. I'm not sure if the Philadelphia Eagles are getting hot at the right time, but one thing I can say, last week, Carson Wentz throwing for over 300 yards was the first time that I've personally seen him will this Philadelphia Eagles team to a win. Of course, I got some tape to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, Doug Peterson, great job. That's Zach Ertz right there. That's Miles Sanders right there. 2 of your best players right here on the same side of the football field. And this is what Zach Ertz likes to do. Zach Ertz likes to go on up here, right, and run this little post, right? And Carson Wentz likes to hit him right here in this hole, right? So you really put this outside linebacker in a pickle. He don't know what to do. Do you drop back and cover Zach Ertz, or do you cover Miles Sanders in the backfield? Great play design and great job by Carson Wentz identifying exactly what it is. You do a little motion right here, right? And you know what this does, guys? It gets all the attention over here. Look over here, look over here, look over here. I don't know what's happening, right? And then on the snap of the ball, Carson Wentz, you look at right here, look at the flat defender. He takes away Zach Ertz, and look at all this space for Miles Sanders as you give it to young legs as a rookie as he gets down the sideline for an explosive play in the pass game. Remember, their receivers aren't there right now. And again, right here, I want you to focus on former Super Bowl MVP Malcolm Smith, former teammate of mine as well, right here. He's going to be in a little bit of a pickle. He has flat coverage, right? But what Doug Peterson's going to do is he's going to flood the zone. He's going to flood the zone. What he's going to do is he's going to he's going to take that receiver, go here, and then take Greg Ward and put him right down here. And it's going to be wide open behind the defense. Great play design by Doug Peterson. Great recognition by Carson Wentz. Okay, check this out right here, guys. Ooh, look at all this space he has to defeat this defense right here. If you're a linebacker, everything that you're looking at is inside. You can't even see this receiver behind you. Great play design, great ball placement, great job by the Philadelphia Eagles.